Surprisingly,
If Trap Lord Ross said it, it must be true.
he's been found guilty. He's been found guilty of the charges in the murder of Lil Buck. He's still yet to face the charges in the murder of Bibby. And look, the whole Jacksonville drill scene are reacting. Duval County subreddit is going absolutely wild. So let's just get into it, man. It's a crazy day. You know, I don't think anybody is surprised to see this result and see this verdict. I mean, maybe Young and Ace, he said that he thought Ksoo would be coming home. But I think the people that really knew about this story knew how this was going to go down, especially after the last few days of testimony. You know, when his father took that stand and pointed out his own son, it was pretty much over with. That's what I said in my previous video. But that doesn't make it, you know, any easier to accept the reality that this is how things played out. And the footage from the courtroom of Ksoo receiving the verdict has been circulating on Reddit. It's been on the news. And he is just looking defeated. This is the footage that's been circulating. And, you know, for everybody that knew this story and that knew this scene and knew this situation, you know, it's definitely not surprising. But even Ksoo himself looked like he probably maybe had some hope that he was going to beat this.
I'm not sure if it's up to date, but I hear something.
So this is the footage in the courtroom of him receiving the verdict. And you'll see in a moment when that hits. It's just heartbreaking for him.
Yeah, they might have heard.
And then I gotta hit down.
The look of defeat is real. You know, I mean, I really don't think there was any chance that he was ever going to beat this, but seeing it go down and seeing his reaction in court, you know, it just makes it all real. And yeah, it's the last chapter in a very sad story when it comes to the kind of hip hop scene and the drill scene. You know, Jacksonville. This has been a story that's been going on years. You know, I wouldn't say I'm the first person that touched on this, but you know, I was one of the first people to really dig deep into this scene and really find out what was really going on over in those Jacksonville streets. And sadly, you know, this is the unfortunate consequence of you know, of living that lifestyle, man, of really living your raps and rapping about murder and really committing them, you know, really doing the things that you rap about. And I think Ksoo, unfortunately, is you know, going down as a cautionary tale. You know, this is an extended clip of him just getting that news. You know, his lawyer just looking defeated, him just looking absolutely devastated, and really the writing was on the wall when we saw his father testifying against him. You know, it's just a crazy situation all around. You know, I think anybody that's been following this,
I think he's just gonna be looking at Reddit this whole time, so I'm gonna just watch like 5-10 minutes of it.
case, anybody that really kind of knew the ins and outs of this scene and of this story, knew how this thing was going to go down. You know, when you're a friend of somebody that's facing charges like this, you know, it's understandable why Young and Ace wanted to kind of, you know, take up for his homie. You know, apparently he had paid a whole lot of money. He said that he went broke in lawyer fees.
We just watched the song on it, bro. For real.
Trying to put up a defense for Ksoo. And this really was a case that was going to be impossible to beat, if you ask me. The evidence was just overwhelming. You know, even without his father's testimony, you know, you had the dash cam recording of the murder going down. You had all of the songs that he had recorded. You had all of the social media.
And we finna listen to one of the songs too.
Media postings that he had put up. You know, that infamous post, "Killer N-word and get my toes done," was just one of the wildest pieces of self-snitching that we had ever seen in the community. Honestly, I mean, it was absolutely wild, and it's sad, really. You know, it's really just sad to see how this story ended. This was a guy that clearly was a talented rapper. You know, all of those songs that he made, if you could set aside the disrespect and all of the just horrible things that he was putting out there, he was someone that could rap. He was somebody that had a flow, had some charisma. I mean, again, like, I'm going to get into it in a minute and show you some of the social media posts that have been circulating from the very last stages of the trial. This was a guy with a sense of humor and some swagger and some talent. And unfortunately, you know, it really is a waste. You know, it's a real tragic waste. And this ultimately is how that goes down. You know, it's a lesson. You really can't jump on songs talking about these people that you've actually murdered.
So you was on songs. You was on every song dissing the people that you whacked, bro. You was on every song dissing and talking about all the people you whacked for.
It's just not something that's going to fly long run. whether it's your King Vons or your Fulios on the other side of this war, or Ksoo, that all of that stuff, unfortunately, all of that nonsense, this is where it gets you. And it's a cautionary tale for anybody else that's kind of coming up in the drill music scene. It's you might have a bright future as a musician, but as a gangster and as a killer, this is really the only one of two ways that this thing can go. And there was another clip going down that was going around the Duval County subreddit here, and it said, "Just look at his body language, you know that he's sick to his stomach, man. Free Ksoo." I don't know about free Ksoo, but definitely.
Hey, Trap Lord. Hey, Trap Lord Ross, man, what you mean you don't know about free Ksoo? Hey, what you mean?
Going around the Duval County subreddit here, and it said, "Just look at his body language,
what you mean?
You know that he's sick to his."
Just look at the way he said this, man. Just look at how gentrified he said this, man.
Stomach, man. Free Ksoo. I don't know about free Ksoo, but definitely.
He grabbed me for that. Trap Lord Ross, you grabbed me for that, boy. I caught that. You bogus.
Definitely just mourning this situation and just how sad it is for everybody all around. So this is when it was just made official that he was being remanded into custody. I'm not sure this guy will be seeing that outside of a prison cell for the rest of his life. And he's got a whole other murder case to answer for after this, which is just crazy in itself.
For Robinson, based on the verdict of the...
He got a whole nother one?
Answer for after this, which is just crazy in itself.
For Robinson, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of the offense charged in the indictment in case number 2020 CF 3601, the court does hereby remand you to the custody of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and your bond in this matter shall be revoked. Now, he is entitled to a pre-sentence investigation report, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then I will be sure to order one. Again, that takes approximately 30 days to complete, so we'll need to come back for sentencing no earlier than 30 days. When would the parties wish to return? I have the week of August 25 or September 2 for sentencing to be set.
He's finished, man. He's looking tired.
The same week as Mr. Whitaker? Okay. Are you all available to return the week of September 8th? Keep in mind, Monday would be a to-be-set date, and we would set the sentencing on a convenient day that week for all parties involved.
So now we're waiting for the sentencing. Nobody is surprised at this news, but let's just take a little look at the reaction on one of the top posts on the Duval County subreddit, because this is humongous news for the Jacksonville scene. This is a scene really that, unfortunately, it blew up off the back of these unfortunate stories of these murders. Who I Smoke, Bibby, and this isn't the Bibby murder. That's coming next. That's going to be his next trial. Unfortunately, he's already been convicted of one murder. Really, what is another one to him at this point? But this was the post. The verdict is in. And people say, which one of you guys put it on God that he was coming home? Young and Ace.
Yo! I can't believe, bro, you took the time out your day to go on Reddit and say that, bro. Listen, man, you need to be sentenced, folks. Somebody needs to come indict him.
Ace was definitely somebody saying that he was going to come home. His people, they were saying he was going to be home by Christmas on that appeal, but that's clearly not the case. People are having a sense of humor about this. People are going to regret all of this stupid stuff when they're sitting in that cell for years on years on years. They're saying he beat himself up in the courtroom. I wish I wouldn't just hopped out. That's true. And as we learned from the trial, there was apparently a more sophisticated plan to try and get this hit done. I don't condone this sort of behavior. But the fact is, as we discussed in the previous video, this was the 1 year anniversary of his brother's, murder, and he just decided to hop out the car and make this happen in the middle of a busy strip mall, in front of a camera, in front of an off-duty police officer, and it's taken a good, 6 years or so for things to come to this point, but it is all over with now. People are saying, who could have seen this coming? Right? Why are people acting shocked? I don't think anybody's really acting shocked. I think really it's just almost like the shock of this thing that's been talked about for damn near 6 years at this point. It's the shock of it, actually, it's real now. Now it's actually real. For all of these stories and all of the suggestions, it says here in this comment, it says, people are saying Ksoo isn't the shooter, but it didn't take much longer to identify his build. You know, for all of the tall tales and stories about how it wasn't him and how it couldn't have been him, I don't think anybody was really buying that. And somebody has actually created a list here of all of the things that they knew before the verdict happened. Okay, it said he went live with the same outfit that he killed Lil Buck in.
Hey, y'all be doing some federal ass stuff, man. On my brother. That's just not smart. A lot of y'all gangsters have heart, but y'all don't be smart at all.
And he rapped about it, and he took his phone with him to the hit, and he was FaceTiming people.
It's crazy. Hey, Trap Lord, you better not say that word.
During that day, he proceeded to run through a parking lot filled with witnesses and cameras just to stand over his victim.
Wow.
He started calling himself Ksoo, make your face go, after shooting this person's face off.
Yo, for real?
He shot a music video with the very same gun that he would use in this murder. He hinted
Damn, how did they connect the pieces, shorty?
at committing this murder several times,
Alright,
and
that's...
also killed Bibby and rapped about it in damn near every song.
And that's what I was saying, bro. You put this in every song, gang? In every song?
They're saying in the comments, look, we knew all of this before it happened. All right. And people saying, I ain't gonna lie, he couldn't rap, but still, I actually think he had some potential as a rapper. Some of those songs.
I'm finna listen to a song he made. We finna watch a Ksoo song after this, bro. And y'all gonna be fucked up when y'all see the title of the song, bro.
Were hard, you know. People saying back
It's
to back,
called...
steady banging us some good songs. They make you feel that energy.
It's called Step
people
on Something.
That made you feel that.
The song is called Step on Something. Ksoo and Jada Youngin, Step on Something. Jada Youngin, RP to Jada Youngin, man, and Ksoo, man, free Ksoo. Hey, if I was Trap Lord Ross, I wouldn't be saying that, but
Exact
I'm a
energy
real nigga, for free
landed this
Ksoo,
man
man.
life in prison anyway. Let's throw the whole discography out. And now I don't believe that. You know, I'm not somebody that feels like you should, you know, get rid of people's music because of the bad things that they've done in life. You know, whether it's XXXTentacion, R. Kelly. You know, at the end of the day, you know, look, we still might turn up to an R. Kelly song, even though that he is a piece of trash. Okay, and at the end of the day, these Ksoo songs, you know, they're lessons. You know, they're time capsules. They're snapshots of a situation, of a life that was being lived that shouldn't be followed. You know, there's definitely a few R. Kelly songs that you go back and listen to, and you definitely say that's definitely some of those things that he's putting out there.
Yeah, R. Kelly did. Hey, R. Kelly, you got away with a few stuff, bro. You got away with some stuff, bro. You got away with a few things, my boy. Hey, listen, R. Kelly, you got away with some stuff, my boy. You hear me? We know about you.
That's a lesson of
Young
how to
Diddy.
conduct
We know
yourself
about you,
in life.
Young Diddy.
And, you know, that's the unfortunate case. You know, these songs are now evidence. They're now public record of a life that really you shouldn't be living. And we're all waiting for the sentencing. People are speculating. They're saying he's definitely getting life. If he doesn't beat that other body, he might even be getting the death penalty. Florida doesn't play, and they're saying that he's cooked. People are saying, I wonder how young and Ace is feeling. People are saying Ace is probably feeling as stupid as hell because he wasted all of his money on their lawyers, and they were still found guilty.
Like, I'm gonna keep it real too. He probably can make it back, bro. He could probably make it back, but the thing about it is his habits and the people he hang around for. I don't think he gonna make it back the legit way. I don't think he finna go legit, bro. I feel like he's so torn up and hurt that he just saying fuck it, bro. He just want to cause pain and make everybody pay, bro. Like, I just feel like that's how he coming, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Knowing the facts of this case, I would not have put a penny towards this man's lawyer. That post that we just saw a minute ago detailing everything that we already knew before the trial even started, we knew all of this had gone down. Look, I would have invested my money quicker with FaZe Banks than I would have invested in Ksoo's lawyer. That's all I'll say, man. That's all I'll say. People thinking he's definitely getting life, you know, it's very sad.
Who is FaZe Banks?
It's really sad for you know, for the victims, for the young people that are coming up in Jacksonville. You know, people saying it's hard to feel bad for him. He killed somebody and was self-snitching in every song. He did it to himself. But if anything, I actually think this post is in bad taste and low-key almost disrespectful to the actual victims. So it was posted to Ksoo's official Instagram account. It said, I had an all-white 12 jurors with 3 white state attorneys with a white judge in a white courtroom with all white judges on the wall. Every black person that I could pick on my jury was struck by the state. I just showed the whole world how Jacksonville, Florida is corrupt, and my lawyers proved I was innocent. Got God got the last say-so. Now, I think it is quite sad and disingenuous. There's been a lot of these cases.
It's real disingenuous, man.
I think it is quite sad and disingenuous. There's been a lot of these cases and these situations where, you know, guys have gone down getting ridiculous football numbers for crimes that they've committed, and then they want to kind of play the race card. And at the end of the day, look, I'm a white man, and I certainly don't deny the fact that institutional racism exists. Arguably, look, forget what he's saying here because this is nonsense, right? But I definitely agree that there's definitely institutionalized reasons that young black men like Ksoo, growing up in these environments, really don't get a fair shake at life. Even the situation with his father, forget the fact that his father snitched on him, right? Let's set aside the fact his father snitched on him. His father was in the streets. His father likely did encourage him to wage war, to get back for his brother, to do all of these things. And unfortunately, you know, whether you could say, I mean, it's not even a case where you could say lack of role models, right? Because Ksoo grew up with a father, but his father was in the streets and his father seemingly was involved in the situation. But it's incredibly disingenuous to have a black man who took the life of another young black man far before his time, and to have bragged about it endlessly. And allegedly, that's not the only black person that he took the life of.
Hey, fo, I ain't gonna lie. Trap Lord Ross kind of cooking right now. He kind of cooking right now, fo. He basically saying, you mad about being, what's the word? You mad about being, juror. You mad that your juror, I don't know the fucking word for like the whole panel of like the jury, the lawyers, and the judge. I can't think of the name of the word for that for all of them. But you basically saying that because they all was white, they was racist and they was prejudiced against it in you. And I mean, their decision was prejudicially made to send you to jail. But here you are, a black man killing black men. You run around killing black men and then brag about killing black men, and then you get mad about a bunch of white people saying, "Oh yeah, he needs to be in jail." Bro, what the hell else is they supposed to say, folks? Like, damn. That, you feel me? They not here to you feel me, to kiss your feet, to wipe your ass for you, bro. And my brother, folks, like, if you wanted a better, you should have led a better example, or you should have at least said no and dealt with those consequences. And then we praise you for trying to get out the streets instead of looking at you as a monster for, you feel me, for just saying, all right, man, I'm just finna go do this. Like, you got a choice, bro. You can choose not to.
And it's just very sad to see him kind of go down crashing and burning in court, and then to kind of blame racism at this point. I totally agree that there are institutionalized reasons why people in the, you know, in the black, impoverished inner city communities in Jacksonville really aren't getting a fair shake at life. You know, why wasn't Ksoo born into a situation where he was encouraged to go to law school, to become a doctor, to become any other number of things? And I think that's a fair comment. But to say he had an all-white juror, all-white judge, I mean, I'm pretty sure Ksoo had white lawyers on his case too, right? That guy that was sitting next to him at the start of this video when he received the verdict was a white man too. So
if it was a black man, would you have been freed? I just want to know.
It's a little bit unfair, and it's just a little bit disingenuous, and it really just goes to that lack of accountability, unfortunately, that we're seeing from Ksoo as an individual. And you can see this in the comments. They're saying a black man killed a black man and was snitched on by his black father and black homie, but it's the C word's fault. Right.
That's what I was saying, for like, you out here killing black men, you brag about killing black men, and there was black people snitching on you, but it's the white folks' fault. You just shouldn't, at this point, you just shouldn't be in the streets. You just need to stay out the streets, bro. For real. Stay out the streets. Go find something else. Go stream. My brother. That's it. Go make music. Go make music, but don't be snitching on yourself in the music, bro.
That part. Dudes will sit there bragging about killing his own kind, and then he wants the black community to feel sorry for him. Like, come on. Dudes love to brag about being a killer, but once they're treated like one, it's racist or discrimination. Beware what you ask for, or you just might get it.
I think that's all we need to see from this, man. I'm finna go to this right here. What's this? They got rid of bro on IG Lab talking crazy and the murder.
He showed right before the hammer came down. There was a video of Ksoo on IG Live talking crazy whilst wearing the outfit that was used in the murder. Now, I'd never seen this before. Now, we can barely see this. It's a tiny little, you know, recording on a screen. We don't have the
They using y'all Instagram lives. They using your Instagram live, your Facebook live, your YouTube streams. They using your interviews and all that shit, bro. They already tapping into your phones again, wires. Why don't you think they gonna use your social media account?
Full assets that were used in court, but you can see there, you can get the gist, and you're going to be able to see he's wearing the same fit that was used in the murder. And let's turn the sound on for this, just in case there's something interesting that he's saying here. You know, this is damning. In addition, like, he was completely cooked. You had all this evidence, and then it's like every day there's just a new thing that just looks ridiculous. In the same fit, in the same outfit as the murder was committed in. It's just absolutely outrageous. You know, he's stepping back from the camera, he's showing you the entire fit. It's just no good.
Yeah, shorty. That's not smart, bro. I don't know what you was thinking. You was probably like, I gotta make this, I gotta prove this, I gotta woo woo woo.
You know, you're doing that, you're getting your toes done and tweeting about it. It was over before it even started, unfortunately. And not just that, a bunch of other clips of him incriminating himself have gone around. I hadn't actually seen this clip before. They're saying he's so fried the judge is going to give him life just off of this video, and I think this might have just been circulating just before the verdict came out. But again, it's just another incredibly disrespectful video. This is more concerning the Bibi situation, and I know some people were sort of acting like I was confused. Look, I know that the Bibi trial is coming next, but at the end of the day, all of that evidence, all of that self-incrimination that you saw in the Lil Buck trial, he's incriminated himself even more. I'll be real, if Ksoo even has like a shred of dignity left, he would switch his plea to guilty on the Bibi trial. You know, that if he switched his plea to guilty on the Bibi trial and then takes his sentence in the Lil Buck trial, he might just be able to swerve the death penalty. That's the best he can hope for at this point, because look at this clip.
Yeah, baby! That's what baby did!
Because look at this clip.
What's the point of this, bro? Oh man.
Yeah, baby! That's what baby did!
Listen to what he's saying, all right? Listen to what he's saying there.
What that say?
Listen.
Mama Duck ain't forget Ksoo this and Duck with a C thing. Damn.
Listen to what he's saying, all right? Listen to what he's saying there. He is on a yacht, all right? He is on a yacht. This should be a nice day. He's miles away from the hood that he's waging war in, and that he's, you know, risking his life every day just being outside in. He's on a yacht, and rather than enjoying his different surroundings, right, got the pineapple shorts on, looking fresh, he's laying on the floor and reenacting how Bibi, his alleged victim, was killed. He's saying, this is what Bibi did. Yeah, this is Bibi. Crazy.
Yeah, baby!
It's crazy.
That's what baby did!
It's crazy.
It's really
crazy. Like, I didn't even know that's how Bibi got. You feel me? And you reenacting it, bro. It's tough. That's real disingenuous. I'm gonna keep it real, bro.
It really
Very
is a
disingenuous
situation. And you know, I don't doubt that he's in the cell, bawling his eyes out at this point, because this just got real. You know, for all of the talk that he was coming home, you know, and now I feel like the reality is probably only just setting in with him right now. And you know, these little moments when you look how happy he is in this video, look how happy he's having a great time in this video, man. And it, you know, you're living on borrowed time, really. You're living on borrowed time, man. It's honestly just, it is sad. It's sad for everybody. And there was plenty more. This was the famous video.
I'm in the air with baby, I'm flying with baby, baby, I'm flying.
Not only is this just like completely chilling that you would make something like this, but like this is the state. I mean, we're in this such a weird era of gangbanging and murder that you got guys jumping on TikTok, making animated little funny videos of them flying through the air, mocking their dead enemies. Like, it's just bizarre.
In the air with baby, I'm flying with baby, baby, I'm flying.
I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. If we was at a war, like, against, like, bro, like, this shit is like, if we was at war with another country or whatever, and we was killing their ass, on photo, shit like this would be funny as hell. But it's like, It's not that funny cause gang, for this shit. It's like, bro, this your fucking neighbor, bro. Like, you killed your neighbor, and then you start bragging about it like this. That's what make it like, damn, for that's fucked up. But like, if we was at war with motherfuckers, for like real war for good reasons or whatever, and on phone we killing their ass, bro, and when we do something like this, it'll be funny, for. But we all soldiers and shit, so it'll be funny to us. We soldiers and shit. But like, you know, that's fucked up, folks.
You know, I honestly, I just don't even know where the discourse in these streets is going to go from here, because you think you've seen it all, and then you just see stuff like this. And so this is another one going around. People are saying this is Ksoo showing fans how to speedrun getting life in prison, and this is just another one of those incriminating videos.
He's speedrunning that shit. It's crazy.
Use one of his famous catchphrases, and he pulled the strap.
Yeah. You see an arm like this. Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
What's the name? Did you see Duck Mama responding to Bloodhound Q50 and Q50 Mama in the DMs? And this why people shouldn't diss, because the prosecutors is using this shit. I swear to God they using that shit, man. No bap, they using that phone. And motherfuckers be telling on themselves daily. He tell like, bro, they be wearing the same outfits, bragging about how they do it.
And so this is another one going around.
Hey, yo, but I might go to that next. Mama responding to Bloodhound Q50 and Q50 Mama in the deal. I might go to that next. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to you.
Saying this is Ksoo showing fans how to speedrun getting life in prison, and this is just another one of those incriminating videos where, you know, he used one of his famous catchphrases and he pulled the strap.
Yeah. You see an arm like this. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Let me stop. I don't do none of that.
He's letting people
silly ass, bro.
People know what he's doing, man. Just say it. Just because you said at the end, I don't do none of that. That's not what it is, man. So look, people were making a lot of jokes, okay? And look, I'm really not trying to make any light of this, but look, people were making jokes. People are saying, look, them boys are cooked. Young and Ace has got to bust through them prison walls and free them boys superhero style.
He got to at this point.
Yeah, it's very messed up, man. And I think Young and Ace, you know, for everything that look, I would have invested my money quicker with FaZe Banks than I would have invested in Ksoo's lawyer. That's all I'll say, man. That's all I'll say. People thinking he's definitely getting life, you know, is very sad.
It's over. You see,
and he rapped about it, and he took his phone with him to the hit, and he was FaceTiming.
Day that week for all parties involved.
So now we're waiting for the sentencing. You know, nobody is surprised.
It's just news. One thing I want to hear him say.
Another one to him at this point, but you know, this was the post. The verdict is in. And people say, which one of you guys put it on God that he was coming home? You know, Young and Ace was definitely somebody saying that he was going to bad taste. And,
who put it on God, shorty? Who put that shit on God for? After seeing everything I've seen, whoever put that shit on God, bro, yo, you need your ass whipped for, bro.
It's disrespectful to the actual victims. So it's posted to Ksoo's official that young black men.
I just want him to say one thing, then we finna listen to a song he made.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Ksoo had white lawyers on his case too, right? That guy that was sitting at this point. I totally agree that there are institutionalized reasons why people in the, you know, in the black, impoverished inner city communities in Jacksonville really aren't getting a fair shake at life. You know, why wasn't Ksoo encouraged to go to law school, to become a doctor, to become any other number of things? And I think that's a fair comment. But to say he had an all-white juror, all-white judge, I mean, I'm pretty sure Ksoo had white lawyers on his case too, right? That guy that was sitting next to him at the start of this video when he received the verdict was a white man too. So it's a little bit unfair, and it's just a little bit disingenuous, and it really just goes to that.
It's very disingenuous. I just feel like it's real disingenuous. You don't think so?
That we see it.
I feel like it's real disingenuous.
Individual, and you can see this in the comments. They're saying a black man killed a black man and was snitched on by his black father and black homie, but it's the C word's fault. All right, that part. Dudes will sit there bragging about killing his own kind, and then he wants the black community to feel sorry for him. Like, come on. Dudes love to brag about being a killer, but once they're treated like one, it's racist or discrimination. Beware what you ask for, or you just might get it. People saying a courtroom.
Yeah, it's just real disingenuous, gang. I just really feel like that. It's real disingenuous.